this month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from Charles R. Drew Middle School. Congratulations, Presley Taylor from Charles R. Drew Middle School.
And Presley, good to see you today and good to have you in Sylacauga. You're an 8th grader, 13 years old at Charles R. Drew Middle School in Lincoln. Tell the people a little bit about Presley Taylor.
Well, I've grown up in Oxford. I recently transferred last year to Lincoln, and I'm really involved in my school. I love being in clubs. I'm in SGA, Junior Beta, FBLA, and on our tech team and 21st Century team. And I've always had a big leadership role. I've always wanted to help take charge and help out our community. So during our 21st Century, I'm our team leader, and then we're doing an entrepreneurship class in our business class, and it's where each period comes up with their own business and company, and we try to sell a product. And I'm the team leader of the marketing, so we're in charge of making business flyers and websites. And then I've always loved sports too. I'm a big player of softball since I was very little, so I'm on our junior high softball team.
Wow, and did I write that down? Susan Evans is your FBLA advisor, and she's here with you this morning. And Susan, good to have you with us today as well. Presley, you're a AB honor roll student.
Yes, sir.
And obviously your education is very important to you.
Yes, sir. I've always been taught to strive towards what I believe in and try to reach every goal that I set. And I've always wanted to be an AB honor roll student so that it looks good for me and so that people know that I'm a hard worker.
What are some of the products that your team puts together to sell in the group you talked about earlier?
In our 3rd period project, we're selling bath bombs, and they're like bath fizzes where you put it in the bath and it changes the color of your water and makes your bath water scented. And we're going to try to sell that throughout the school, and we have like different flavors like lilac, berry, baby powder. So.
Hey, what about guys? I mean, you selling anything for guys?
Some of the other periods are doing different stuff. Like we have one that's doing a candle that changes.
Okay.
And
talk about your softball a little bit.
Well, last year was my first year playing softball. Last year I got injured, so I don't pitch anymore, but I play outfield. And then we have a lot of new girls coming over this year, so we're all welcoming them in, and our team is just getting to be a bigger family now.
You know, actually Oxford is not far from Lincoln, so
yes,
I'm sure you got a lot of friends in both places too.
Yes, sir. I've grown a lot with friendship, and when I came over to Lincoln at first, I was real shy, but they were all really welcoming and just made me feel home.
Some of the clubs you're involved in, you're a member of the Junior Beta Club, tech team member, a member of the 21st Century team leader, the drama club, and all this kind of stuff. How do you do all that stuff plus your classwork?
It is very hard, but each day I try to like focus on one thing at a time, because with softball practice in the afternoons, I know that once I get home, I need to focus on schoolwork in order to keep my grades up and to still be active, because it does take a lot of time and it is very stressful. But just evening out through the days, like we have certain meetings that I make sure my stuff is done by then so that I make a good role model.
Do you spend X amount of numbers of hours after school preparing for your educational courses?
Yes, sir. And then on Fridays, tech team meets and we work on our tech team projects, and then we have certain meetings so that we can make sure the deadlines are met.
Yeah, you love to volunteer too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Talk about that.
Well, at the library this summer, the Lincoln Library, we went, and I've always liked really helping people, and just like little kids have always been my favorite. So we went over there and I helped during the summer. They had a summer reading program, and we did crafts, and then FBLA did a breakfast with Santa, and we helped there with doing crafts and feeding the kids pancakes.
Wow. Presley Taylor, an 8th grader at Charles R. Drew Middle School in Lincoln. She is our Star Student of the Month. She's 13 years old, and I was looking at some of your hobbies. I mean, I don't know what some of that stuff is. What is kneeboarding?
Kneeboarding is a recreational water sport, and you basically are on your knees on a board and you get pulled behind a boat. So it's knee boarding.
Obviously, you like the water because you're involved in paddle boarding and canoeing and wakeboarding and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir. I grew up on the lake. That was the first place I was taken to when I was born.
Give us some fishing tips. I know you like to fish.
Well, I do jug fishing because I like to fish in my canoe and on the boat with my dad. So we've always done jug fishing, and just since I was little, he's taught me how to bait a hook and everything. So
What do you put on that hook?
worms and then minnows.
Real worms?
Yes, sir.
Presley Taylor, an 8th grade student at Charles R. Drew Middle School in Lincoln, our Star Student of the Month. Talk about your family a little bit.
Well, my mom, Tanya Ramey, is the public relations officer at Lincoln City Hall. And then Bruce Ramey is my stepfather, and he works at Talladega Speedway. And then I have a dad, Keith Taylor, and he works at Honda. So I've grown up with very good role models to show me how you can succeed in life.
It sounds like it. Now, you're an 8th grader at Charles R. Drew Middle School. Given much thought to your future?
Yes, sir. As you can see, I like being outdoors a lot. I really want to be a game warden or go somewhere in forestry. If not, I would like to go into criminal justice.
Wow. Well, I'm sure you'll excel whatever field you choose to go in. What about furthering your education after high school?
I really want to go to college. I'm not sure where yet. I'm really looking to go wherever. I would love to get a scholarship for softball because I want to play as long as I can.
What's so special about FBLA?
FBLA to me is just, it's teaching me how to prepare for the future and show that I do have a leader in me. Because when I first came to Lincoln, I was real shy and quiet and didn't like to step up a lot. But when I got to Lincoln, I joined FBLA and tech team, and then this year I'm the reporter for FBLA. So I can really get in touch with our community and just get to know people better, and it's expanding how many people I know and how I interact better.
Good for you. Presley Taylor, who is an 8th grader at Charles R. Drew Middle School in Lincoln, is our Star Student of the Month, and continued success and continued with your as an AB honor roll student, and your future looks very, very bright. And keep volunteering. I think you do a good job at that, and we appreciate you being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Presley Taylor, an 8th grade student at Charles R. Drew Middle School in Lincoln, Alabama. She is our Star Student of the Month. We appreciate Susan Evans, the FBLA advisor for Presley, being here as well. We've got more Daybreak just around the corner. Eating Out with Jim Green is up next.
This Star Student of the Month was brought to you by TV 47. Tune in to Daybreak weekdays at 6:30 a.m. for your Star Student of the Month.